I lead a pretty good life in Dhaka. I live in a beautiful house that I call home. I drive my own car. I do my own groceries. I cook the meal that I want to have for the day. Basically, the life that I dreamed of when I was a child, or maybe just even a few years back. So I started earning enough to have this life 7 to 8 years back, but I could never take the leap. I was living with my parents at that time and never really thought of having my own place. And then I got married, moved in with my in laws, never questioned the setup that if it was working for me or not. However, few years down the line, I figured that the setup, my living arrangement, was actually hindering my personal growth. And that's when I decided to have my own place. But while doing so, I was worried about the expenses because I did not want to compromise with the life that I was living before and actually wanted to have a better lifestyle. But I was really shy to ask people who were living the life that I dreamed of about their expenses because it might be embarrassing for them to reveal and it might just be awkward. So I'm making this video with the hopes that someone would find it useful enough while doing their calculations on what it might cost to live a good life in Dhaka. And maybe some will just find it interesting to see how much does a girl spend in Dhaka to live a good life. I will be dividing my expenses in two categories, the fixed costs and the optionals. So my fixed costs include the rent of the house. I live in a two-bedroom apartment in a pretty good location. And this house is basically an investment for me as I work from home quite a lot. I spend time at home. I love having my friends over instead of going out to eat, and I spend 28,000 taka a month for the rents and an additional 9,000 on electricity bills, service charge, gas bills, society bills, and every other bills that come with renting a house. I have another two sort of fixed costs of phone and internet. I paid 2,000 taka additional for that, and that's about it, the whole house setup. And then I have another big cost of the groceries. I do groceries thrice a month, the big groceries. And other than that, throughout the month, I keep on buying this or that for the house. That adds up around 18,000 taka in total for myself, my housemate, and my small little cat. And other than the groceries, I have another fixed cost of for my car, which I refuel once or twice a month. I do not use it on a day-to-day basis. I just use it to go to my parents' house once or twice a week, maybe go out of Dhaka sometimes, or just hang out with friends. I spend 6,000 taka on the fuel cost, and I do a cleaning every month for the car. It costs me around 700. So in total, my fixed expenses stand at about 63,000 taka a month. Then comes the optional expenses that I can totally avoid, but I choose not to because I have the bandwidth to spend that amount of money. I do not have any big investments in property as of yet. I do not have a loan. I do not have a child. So I can be pretty flexible with the money that I earn. I use Food Panda sometimes to order food when I'm lazy or I'm just busy to cook food. I spend around 5,000 a month on that. I eat out once or twice a month, with maybe thrice sometimes, including the breakfasts, and I spend around another 5,000 on that. And so I spend another 2,000 on coffee and tea for the month. I love drinking hot drinks. So I do not drink a lot of coffee outside. It can become even more expensive if I do so. So I usually make my own coffee in the house and I sip tea throughout the day. Then I have a cleaning lady that comes in and I pay her around 5,000 taka a month. And then I have another miscellaneous cost of online shopping of clothes, books, or maybe just a parlor visit of another 5,000. And then I have a gym membership that has become very fundamental to my existence, my productivity, and lifestyle. I spend around 4,500 taka on that. So, in total, my living expenses, including the fixed costs and optional costs, stand at about 95,600 taka a month. So I split the bills with my housemate slash partner. But even if I wasn't living with somebody, the expenses would mostly remain the same, maybe other than groceries. Maybe it would be a bit less. Some may find it too much, some may find it too little, but it's the price I pay for my freedom, my independence, my peace of mind, my productivity, my growth, my everything. So I think it's a cost worth paying for, and I highly recommend you can afford to have your own independent house, to live on your own, if that suits you, of course. And I hope you can also design your life according to your needs and dreams, and basically, you live a good life.